What is up, my fellow YouTubeonians? I don't know, I just thought I'd say something different there. It is I, Mr. Cinema Junkie, and man, I just got finished watching a pretty damn good movie. I went into it expecting a certain something, and I knew it was going to be okay, but it was better than I expected, and at the same time wasn't exactly what I expected. The name of the movie is Shadow. It takes place in a European area. This guy is biking through the town, and he first winds up at like a tavern where he sees a girl, and the girl's being harassed by a couple of local hunters. He of course steps in, tells them to leave her alone. Later that night he's camping. His tent gets blown away, and this girl finds him. She's also camping not too far away, so they share a tent. The next day they're biking, and she tells him the story of this area where during wartime this village was burned down and everybody in it was burned alive because they didn't want to leave it, and that there's ghosts inhabiting that area of the woods. So it makes for an interesting story. They're out doing their biking thing, and they happen to see a group of animals, and they see these hunters about to shoot them, the same hunters that they met at the bar. She scares off the game. They start chasing them. Pardon that belch, I just had some soda. But they start chasing them, and one by one the hunters are trapped. The girl disappears, and the guy gets taken over, and they wake up. The three guys wake up in what looks like a lab. Very dark, very dismal. Think of Hostel. The basement that they're in, kind of like that. And there's this tall, lanky, skinny, weird, creepy looking dude just kind of walking around there. They're all tied to tables, strapped down to the tables. And I don't want to give away too many of the scenes of torture and stuff like that, but there's a few of them there. He does his thing with the first guy. Doesn't kill him right off. Doesn't kill him at all. But it gets a little severe. I will say one part that really kind of got under my skin a little bit. He takes, I want to say he's like a doctor or a professor or something. I don't know what he is. But he's just a weird, creepy looking dude. And he takes an X-Acto knife and removes one of the guy's eyelids. Cuts it off. So the guy's got this big gaping eye with no eyelid on it. It looked really weird. The main dude that was biking, he finally gets himself loose from the table, and they try to make an escape, but at the same time he's looking for this girl who he can't find anywhere. He keeps hearing her voice in the distance, and goes looking for her. There's some scenes in here that are really, really eerie, really strange. You see some of the family that the lady was talking about. You see like the burned remnants of like a family sitting around a table like they're serving dinner, and the mother was standing up and she's all burnt, and the little boy and the father. And you see all these he finds a room with all these film canisters, and they're all marked Abu Ghraib, September 9/11, just different places of atrocity and tragedy. And then some, you know, there's like a film running with Hitler playing on it, and somehow I thought it was going to be tied in with the Nazis, but that wasn't apparent in this one. It was just very surreal, very odd. It was hostile, but like on an intelligent level. So I don't know if that would sum it up for anyone, but I found it to be quite intriguing, very entertaining, brutal when it had to be, and it had a really good payoff. In my opinion, it had an excellent payoff. So it was, like I said, it was nothing that I expected. Just very entertaining and very cool. So, do I recommend it? Yes, I definitely recommend it. If you have the Netflix, if you have Netflix, it's on instant streaming, which is where I just watched it. I think I'm going to start a thing every Friday where I suggest streaming videos from Netflix. We're going to call it something really hokey and dorky, like, oh, Netflix Friday. There you have it. You heard it here first. Every Friday I will bring you at least 2 selections from Netflix that I think are tops. Or I'll at least rate them. Maybe give you one that you should avoid altogether. But if you're not on Netflix yet, what are you waiting for? Jump on the bandwagon, man. It's great. It's awesome. Streaming videos is awesome. It's like having a whole library at your fingertips. Your dirty little fingertips. But yes, back to Shadow. Yes, I recommend it. Give it a big thumbs up. Rate it 4 to 5. I give it a 4. Just thought it was a really excellent movie. I thought it was going to be a lot more twisted and brutal than it was. But it was, like I said, brutal where it needed to be. Not for everybody, but it's definitely a cool movie. Very cool movie. So, there you have it. Check it out. Rent it. Stream it. I am going to purchase this movie. It will be in my collection soon. So that says something. Usually if I say I'm going to buy a movie, then I definitely like the movie. So that's it for me, Mr. Cinema Junkie. Enjoy your evening, weekend. Be safe. Be happy. I was going to say go eat some Skittles, but no, I'm not going to. Okay. Sorry, Justin. Sorry.